Today we are going to talk about the differences between adverbs and adjectives. What we are going to take this term is the adverbs of manner, okay? And the difference between the adverbs of manner and adjectives. If you remember in the previous term, we said that adverbs are four types. They can be adverbs of place, like in the garden or outside, okay? And it can be also an adverb of time, like sometimes, often, or in summer. And it can be also an adverb of frequency, which means the number of time I'm doing the verb, like sometimes and often and usually and never. What I'm going to focus on this term is the adverbs of manner. I'm going to focus on the adverbs of manner. Manner, I told you in the previous term, means how, the way you are doing the verb. As we said before, an adverb describes the verb, not a noun. This is the difference between an adverb and adjective. Here today we are going to talk about we start the lesson with adverbs of manner. Let's watch the video on adverbs of manner before we start saying anything.
What are adverbs of manner? Adverbs of manner tell how something is done. Here is a chef, and we know chefs might follow recipes. They have steps that tell them how to prepare certain dishes. Let's check what I mean. 1. Beat the eggs hard. 2. Slowly stir the eggs into the flour. 3. Combine the ingredients well. 4. Carefully spoon the mixture onto the baking tray. The adverbs hard, slowly, well, and carefully all relate to the manner in which each step of the recipe is to be done. They are to do with the how. What are the adverbs of manner, and what verbs are they adding meaning to? So let's identify the words that tell how something is being done, and of course, what is being done, in other words, the verbs. Zoe behaved stupidly by bringing her snake. In this sentence, stupidly is the adverb of manner. It's telling us how, and of course it's adding meaning to the verb behaved. Second sentence, Abdul opened the door hesitantly. Hesitantly is how, and opened is the verb. Sit still and read your book quietly. In this sentence, there are two adverbs. The first one, still, tells us how someone should sit. Sit is the verb. The second adverb, quietly, again is an adverb of manner telling how, and it is related to the verb read. Final sentence, Dad turned the steering wheel hard. Hard tells us how the steering wheel was turned. Turned, of course, is the verb that the adverb adds meaning to. Not all adverbs of manner end in ly. Some adverbs have the same form as the adjective. For example, a hard task. You have learnt that an adverb adds meaning to a verb, adjective, or another adverb. Adverbs of manner tell how something is done. In the following sentence, the adverb of manner is read. The lion crept silently through the long grass. Of course, silently tells the reader how the lion crept.
So now we notice the difference between an adverb and an adjective. The basic thing is that an adverb describes the verb, and especially the adverb of manner has to end in an ly. Okay? It has to end in an ly. And also, an adverb of manner sometimes doesn't change, like hard, hard, fast, fast. There is another more adjective that changes. We have the adjective good. When it becomes an adverb, it will be well. Here, let's watch this PowerPoint on the adjectives and adverbs and how to use them correctly. Here, what are adjectives? We said an adjective describes a noun. Can it describe a verb? Of course not, because what describes a verb is an adverb. Okay? And of course, an adjective comes before the noun. Here we have hot day. Hot here is an adjective that describes day. Happy camper. Again, happy is an adjective that describes the noun camper. Silly twit. Again, silly is an adjective that describes the noun twit. Big bloody mess. Here we have two adjectives describing the word mess. Mess. She is creative. Here, creative describes the pronoun she, which stands for a girl. A boring course. Again, course is a noun and boring is an adjective that describes it. So what are adverbs? An adverb describes a verb. This is very important. Most of adverbs of manners end in ly. Yeah? And again, they answer the question how the verb happens. Okay? How Mrs. Mona is walking? Mrs. Mona is walking slowly. Here, this is an examples of adverbs here. Eating quickly, trying very hard, really big show. Now, how can I get the difference between an adjective and an adverb? Many words have both an adjective and adverb form. Here, happy kids, but playing happily. Smooth rock, but when I put it to describe a verb, it will be smoothly, running smoothly. Here, smoothly comes after a verb, so it is an adverb that describes a verb, not a noun. Good night. Here we have the word good, the adjective good, that when it changes into an adverb becomes well. Here, good night, but when I have a verb, it will be, and I want to describe the verb, it will be an adverb describing it, which is eating well. Efficient workers, working efficiently. Again, here it's the same word, but when it is an adjective, it's something, and when it is an adverb, it's another thing. Here, when it is an adverb, it adds it, or it has got an ly at the end describing the word or the verb working. Casual dress, dressing casually. Quick meeting, talking quickly. Hopeful children, waiting hopefully. Again, you don't notice here when it is an adjective, it describes or it comes before the noun, and when it is an adverb, it comes after a verb. Real butter and really hot. Adjectives with the same form. Here, early, far, fast, hard, high, late, often, and past, and right, and soon. The only way to get the difference between an adverb and an adjective in this way, or in this example, is that to know what are they describing. If they are describing a noun, okay, like fast car, it will be an adjective. But if it is drove fast, here it will be describing a verb, and then it will be an adverb. Irregular adjectives and adverbs. Here we have good, well, and bad. Good versus well. Okay? Here as an adjective. Well is an adverb, so it will describe a verb. Okay? Here these are wrong usages of the adverb well. Again, bad versus. Bad is an adjective when it is used, of course, to describe a noun. She has got a bad reputation. Is not known for being good person or good girl. Badly here is an adverb, so we use it to describe the verb and adjective. He behaved badly here. It is a verb. Okay? So here we know the difference between the adverbs and the adjectives, and we know that for adjectives and adverbs, they have to end, or they have the adjective has to describe a verb, sorry, an adjective has to describe a noun, and an adverb has to describe a verb. Okay? Here we have an exercise on adjectives and adverbs. Okay? Here, my grandpa snored loudly. Here, loudly is an adverb, okay, that describes the verb snored. Chulu played on the beach. Here, he played on the beach yesterday. Of course, yesterday here is an adverb of time, not of manner, because it doesn't end in ly and it tells me when the verb happens. Tomorrow, again, number 3 is an adverb of time. George will come here. Here is an example of an adverb of place. It tells me where the verb happens. But number 5, sat lazily. Lazily here is an adverb of manner. It tells me how my sheepdog is sitting or sat. Number 6, Nell slowly placed a car. Here, placed slowly describes the verb placed. Okay? Okay. Now, this is the end of my lesson. And we said today that we have to distinguish between an adverb and an adjective. And when we read, we have to know which word are they describing. If it is describing the verb, it will be an adverb. And if it is describing a noun, it will be an adjective. And goodbye.